This community in Fiji is practicing the art of Solesolevaki. This Fijian custom is a traditional concept of working together for the common good without expecting an individual reward.
Children nowadays, they don't know anything about Solesolevaki or working together because mostly they are taught or they are grown up today with a method of knowing themselves to work by themselves.
Solesolevaki is like volunteers from other farmers. So we can, here in Marintawa, we have our cluster, we have about 25 farmers.
Labor-intensive tasks like tillage, planting, harvesting are carried out by wider groups of neighboring farmers or clusters. Resources are shared and tasks are streamlined so that the clusters can work faster and more efficiently than individual farmers.
We can plant cassava with the help of the clusters in the community through Solesolevaki.
We finish from one farm, then we go to another farm.
The COVID-19 pandemic saw many farmers returning to this traditional practice. With over 1/3 of the population already living in poverty, the pandemic restrictions amplified the pressures on Fijians from existing threats, like climate change, cyclones, and rising fuel prices.
It was very hard for us because we didn't have enough money.
And there was no market due to the restrictions.
We rely mostly of what we been planting. Cassava, banana, we use it at home as our food security.
And during such difficult times, it was also psychologically beneficial for many poor farmers to be able to share worries and experiences and to feel each other's support.
During this COVID, because all the kids and all the fathers were at home, so nobody was going out, so we all have to go to the farm. And it was really good. We all come together. We talk about the farms that have been prepared.
Right from the onset of the pandemic, IFAD reacted by launching the Rural Poor Stimulus Facility, or RPSF. Through this funding and the support of the Australian government, it was possible to launch the Pacific Islands Rural and Agriculture Stimulus Facility, or PIRAS, a project that operates across a number of Pacific islands with the objective of supporting community food systems and economic recovery, with a focus on women and youth. The ultimate goal of RPSF is to accelerate recovery of poor and vulnerable rural people from the COVID-19 crisis, but its support is delivered with an eye to building longer-term resilience to future shocks, as well as encouraging farmers to work together by reviving the tradition of Solesolevaki. Project staff taught them how to process their own flour and jams, to preserve their crops, improve their diets, but also add market value to their produce.
We were able to train them as well with food processing. For decades, they have been relying on subsistence farming. Converting them from subsistence to semi-commercial was a big shift for them.
The extra funding helped the project widen the scope of its work and help many more farmers.
I think we couldn't have reached the number of people that we have assisted through PIRAS funding. We were able to assist them with land preparation, planting materials, fencing materials.
These supplies have also given them alternative sources of fuel and fertilizer, much needed during the current cost of living crisis.
We were able to purchase biogas units, minimizing buying of chemicals and fertilizers, and they've been sharing amongst themselves of how to utilize and use the cooking gas out of biogas.
Without the program, we could have struggled a lot. It's not just where we are. We can move up to other level and decrease the poverty level in our society.
Here in Fiji, the resilience of poor rural families goes hand in hand with coming together as a family.